let's talk about the Lyft Switcheroo. What's going on with the cancellations there?
Okay, you said
So
you knew
this,
about this. This is the first time
yes.
I did not know. Okay, so put in the chat, folks. Look at this. This is I received from a driver. Like last week, by mistake, we discovered something. This week we discovered this. Now I did not know anything about this. I sent it to Chris. Chris goes, "You didn't know about this?" I'm like, "No. I think I know pretty much everything there is to know about this gig." So I received an email from a San Francisco driver. He goes, Sergio, a ride popped up on the Ridefinder. This is Lyft. I didn't even click on it. Okay. Then the exclusive offer came. I was a minute away from the passenger. I rolled up and picked them up. They were surprised that I was picking them up on a Model X. This is Tesla Model X, the big one, the good one, with the gull-wing doors, on a regular Lyft. Okay. They said on the Lyft app, it popped up that they had the option to switch vehicles or drivers. You're telling me you knew about this, that Lyft gives every rider the choice to swap and switch drivers or vehicles? I didn't know about this.
Yeah.
And they said,
No,
of course, we
no.
weren't going to switch when we saw what you were picking us up with. I asked them for some clarity. Obviously, this driver did not know this either because he's a veteran driver in SF. I asked them for some clarity, and it said it shows up on the bottom as a tab for the rider to switch. I then gave them my number and asked them if they got that again. Could they screen capture it and send it to me? So far, no screen capture, sorry. The mystery now is that there has been so many cancellations on drivers while driving to get a passenger, and of course, no cancellation fee. I
Yep.
did not know about this, sir, at all.
Yeah, I knew about this. Basically, if you're using Lyft, this happened to me in Vegas when I was last in Vegas, when I ordered a Lyft, and it wasn't that far away, and actually, it was my ex at the time, and it popped up on her phone. It says, there's another driver nearby. Do you want to switch? So it's like I knew that from at that point. But yeah, that's what happens is they will ask riders if they want to switch their driver, and sometimes it's probably not even that closer. Like this driver said he was a minute away. Like, how can you have somebody that's even closer than that? In any way. So it's
But
quite weird at some of
they
those
stopped.
times.
They stopped the switcheroo, right? You can manually adjust that now, which is appreciated, which was great. This came around a year and a half
Yeah,
ago.
but that's on the driver's side. So there's two ways that they do the switcheroo. The first one is, they're trying to adjust the rides according to the Lyft app itself. I don't know how utilized that is anymore versus the asking the passenger. And when the passenger accepts or denies, that's when the switcheroo could potentially happen. So it might just switch you to another ride if you have it on, or it's going to come up and say Lyft cancellation, or the rider canceled, or Lyft canceled this ride, or whatever the text is, because it does change every once in a while. But that's exactly what happens. So they'll pop up that cancellation at that point. So if you have the switcheroo off, what ends up happening is it'll just say ride canceled, and the reason is because the passenger switched to another driver because they said, "Oh, it might be closer," or whatever it might be. Or I think there's two. I think it's a higher rated driver and a closer car. I believe those are the two.
Okay, I did not know about this. Now I fully understand, or we explored, we discovered why those things happen. Because even with my switcheroo off or on manual, right? You'd be like driving, and then it says rider canceled the trip, and I'm like, or it will say Lyft canceled the trip. So it's rider is switching, and then Lyft is saying Lyft canceled the trip, not to give him the cancellation fee if it's over 2 minutes, I guess. That's the hocus pocus that they're playing there. You know what I mean? Yeah.
So it's an absolute play on words. So yeah, that's how I knew about that. And yeah, like when you texted me that or emailed me the rundown for today, I'm like, yeah, didn't you know about that? I thought it was more, but that's why I said we're going to keep it in just for people who don't know necessarily that they can connect what's going on. So Yeah, that's kind of the problem. So you could turn the switcheroo on and hopefully get another ride, but the problem is you don't know the pickup, you don't know the drop off, and you don't know how much you're making because it doesn't
No.
show that.
Yeah.
And then you just switch to the next ride. But what's absolutely the worst and most annoying on that is how many times have you gone through the light and then you have to go behind you? So you got to pull a UE, or
There you
you're in
go.
the left turn lane and then all of a sudden you got to go right.
Yeah, for
You know,
sure.
how many? So that has pissed me off so much that my acceptance terms on Lyft varied greatly compared to Uber. Like when it came to Uber, my you know, if it was a little bit further away, time and distance wise, I'd be like, okay, that's fine, not really a big deal, because there was no switch crap. When it came to Lyft, it had to be a really close ride for me, because then at that point you wouldn't have that switcheroo going on.
Hey everyone, Sergio here with the Rideshare Guide. What do we say on Show Me the Money Club? Work smarter, not harder. If you aren't using the Solo app, which I have been for the past year and a half, you may be working a lot harder than you need to. Let's change that. Download the app, link your account where you can manage your income, track your expenses, as well as your taxes. Not only that, but you can plan by optimizing your time, make more money, and even guarantee your daily pay with guaranteed earnings. Download the Solo app today. Begin to work smarter, not harder. Link is in the description. Let's get back to it.
No, I didn't know. Honestly, I didn't know. And I like these kind of little mysteries getting solved by driver experiences, which this guy is definitely a veteran. And then the rider saying, why would we cancel it? You're picking up in a Model X. So why would we switch the trip? You know what I mean? And he was like, did you know about this? I go, no, I didn't know about this, but I'll put it up on the show. I go, I didn't know. So that's why you guys are getting all canceled or switched or whatever is happening, is because the rider is initiating it, not Lyft is doing it. Well, Lyft
Sometimes
making it sound like they're doing it. So
well, yeah, it's sometimes both. Sometimes they're doing the switcheroo because nobody wants to take a particular ride, so they just automatically pair a driver who's open to it,
yeah,
to just get that ride done.
Yeah.
And so that's when Lyft does it, I think, more so. And then
Uber did it.
yeah,
Well, I don't
other
even
side
think
of that
Uber.
coin is the passenger doing it.
I've never had a trip that I accepted on Uber on my way. It either got canceled by the rider, or there's no switcheroo on Uber. Obviously, I don't think there ever was switcheroo on
Nope,
Uber ever.
not that I know of.
Yeah. So there you go.
So yeah, that's why my radius was so much larger on Uber than it was ever on Lyft, because
Yeah.
I didn't like that switcheroo bullcrap, or even the same thing with the cancellations. You knew that's exactly what happened. So because they would say, oh, we're going to try to switch you to another ride, but if there's no ride available, well, you know, that's we're not gonna.
Yeah.
But how many times have you had a ride that came in, a request, and you're like, no, I don't want to take this, and this is even before upfront fares, and you're like, no, I don't want to take it because I don't want to go, you know, 25 minutes away. And then all of a sudden you accept a different ride. They switched you. And this was before the filter too, where you could turn it off. They would switch you to that 25-minute ride that you didn't want to take the first time. So 99% of the time I would just cancel on that. I would actually shut the Lyft app off for a little bit. Usually take Uber ride at that time, and then you know, continue on. But now that they've got that filter, it makes it so much different.
Yeah. No, I didn't know. I agree. So okay.
But
well, good thing
either
we
way,
put it up.
either way, for the people, did you know about this? How it switched? Put a 1 in chat, and if you didn't know, put 2. So if this is like brand new info to you, put 2, because I just want to know. Because like I said, yeah, I knew about this for 9 years or something now at this point. Because yeah, it was when we were in Vegas. We were waiting for a ride. I forget what we were doing, but we were waiting for a ride, and Lyft popped up and said, "Hey, do you want to?"
They're in my camp. Nobody knows. There you go. I didn't know. Okay, so this is true. Last week, actually, last Show Me the Money, we talked about this. This was also discovered by mistake by a driver, which we put up last week. I found out, yeah, while they're pricing the ride, it shows up on Ridefinder. We talked about that last week. Go check out last week's show.
Yeah, and I haven't had the time to do it with my wife yet, but I'm gonna test that. I'm gonna turn the Lyft app on.
Everybody says 2, except Mike Smith says 8. Okay, well, there's 1 right there. 1. Okay, yeah. So
there's a couple of ones. So yeah, hey, you guys got to be customers on the app as well too. You got to go out
I use
and
Lyft
use
all the time. I use Lyft all the time, and in fact, I have a
But
trip
you're in
coming up.
LA. There's literally like 6 drivers at every corner.
Well, there definitely is. Yeah, there's 6 drivers literally in my house at the moment. So no, but I mean, I didn't know anyway. So okay, now you guys know. Now you know why you're getting switched, or it says boom, Lyft
And
canceled. I'm
Sergio,
like,
that's why I said we're going to keep it on, just for people who don't know, if they're
That's
wondering
right.
why the ride keeps getting canceled. Now you know why. It's because the passenger's canceling, or it's because the Lyft is canceling. And yeah.
And actually, Mike Smith here sent me. He's doing good work too now. He sent me screenshots. But we didn't have enough time. We're gonna show it next week. He the exact same trip on Trip Finder, right?
Mhm.
And then Exclusive shows up. Do you think
Mhm.
the price went up or down on all of them?
Down. So you get the Ridefinder, and then it goes down on the Exclusive.
Yeah.
I've already seen them. Well,
Well,
not Mike's screenshots, but I've seen the ones that we've done. Every
these
single
are
one is
these are massive changes too, though. It's not like a penny or two.
wow.
Yeah, like
So what is it?
30%
So what does
kind
that
of
mean?
range.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I've only seen it with, like, Matt's, when we did Matt's corner,
Yeah.
and he was showing it. I've only seen him like 20 cents, maybe
No.
$1.
Wow. These are like $5.99 chips going to $3.25.
Wow.
Yeah.
So moral of the story is take the Ridefinder if
But
the ride
what
is
is happening?
actually worth it.
But this is the problem. On the Ridefinder, as we discovered last week, they may be pricing it. So Lyft puts it on the Ridefinder. You go click accept, right? Because the chip is paying you like $40 an hour or something like that, right? But then there is no chip. It's hocus pocus. And then and then it says you didn't get matched, right? And then Exclusive comes in because the rider actually orders the chip. And then you get $3.25 for it. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So whoever Lyft has hired to, adjust the algo, you're doing a good job up there, bro. You're learning. We know, but you guys are becoming as cutthroat as Uber is. I don't know.
A little bit.
In fact,
Again,
here's the gentleman. Here's the gentleman that sent me the email right there. Right there. That's it.
Yeah, I think I think though they're trying to reduce those spinner times, so that's more or less what they're doing when it comes to putting a Ridefinder out there, to make sure that there's a driver that's right there. And then the people who are clicking it, I'm betting the ones that click on the Ridefinder are the ones that are actually getting the requests come through too.
Yeah, probably. And he did. He sent me 4 or 5 of them, so we'll show him next week.
Wow.
Massive difference. I mean, and but we'll do it. So thanks, Mike Smith. Good job.
Yeah.
All right, thanks for watching. That short little clip was from our live stream, Show Me the Money Club, with Sergio and myself, Tuesdays, 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific. Make sure you subscribe, turn on all notifications so you get notified when we go live, as well as all of our awesome content. Make sure to check out this video right here, which will take you to the entire live stream, or check out this video right there. All right, drive smart, everyone.